So today I'm going to talk about something a little sensitive, but really, really important. So as realtors, we are consistently putting ourselves in a really vulnerable position. Vulnerable, that's a hard word for me. And what I mean by that is we need to talk about agent safety. People don't like to talk about things that are uncomfortable, but it's important. So the number one thing I encourage you to do is to just be really super cognizant of your surroundings and the behavior of the people around you. So all of us sometimes get that feeling when you're talking to someone, they make you feel uncomfortable. Don't be so desperate in your business that you let those feelings go and decide to meet this person anyway. And if you want to meet them, don't go alone. There has got to be somebody in your office that can go with you, a friend, a family member, your spouse, because bad people are going to do bad things. But when there's more people around, they're generally less likely to do that. So my number one piece of advice is don't go alone. So if you're hosting an open house, if you cannot be there alone, again, maybe you can bring a vendor partner, maybe some from title or someone from the mortgage company or someone from an insurance company. That way, there's less likely for something bad to happen, because what do we do when there's an open house? We're like, hey, guess what? I'm alone at a house. I mean, if you're trying to do bad things, that is really, really opportunistic for that person. So number one, don't do things alone. If you have to, you could share your location. I've got a couple of realtors right now that share their location with me at all times, and I appreciate that. Now, the best piece of advice I ever got, and it's going to be a bit of a story, so just bear with me, is to have some type of conversation you would have with somebody in your life, maybe your mom or your spouse or one of your siblings, that you would use in the event that you were in a bad place, or a bad person or whatever it is, but you didn't want to alarm that person that that's what you were doing. So it could be that you're calling to check on a pet. I would suggest a pet that has passed, so that whoever you're calling, it would trigger that conversation you had a while ago about it. So for instance, I lost a dog named Minnie. It's coming on 7 years ago now. Wow, time is such a thief. So if I were to call my mom, who is one of my people that I would call in this instance, and I said to the bad person something like, hey, they aren't attacking me yet, but I'm just getting the heebie-jeebies. I was like, hey, just give me 1 second. I just need to call and check on my dog. She's been ill. Most people, that's not going to trigger anything with, so they would just say, okay. And I would call my mom and say, hey, I'm checking on Minnie. And if I said that, that should trigger her to check where I am, because I share my location with her, to send somebody to come get me, to come help me. Because again, bad people are going to do bad things. It's very opportunistic. Us as realtors advertise all the time. We do Facebook Live, Instagram, videos. We advertise for weeks. We pay for advertising that we're going to be alone in a house. Be smarter than that and ensure that you have precautions in place to ensure your safety. Another resource I suggest, the National Association of Realtors actually has some really great videos on this topic. I highly suggest you check them out. If you don't know where to find them, reach out. I'll send you the links.